The missions continued right up to the last days of the deployment. It was during this time, the 11th hour, when one of the deployment's most memorable events took place. Ramadi was one of the most dangerous cities in Iraq at the start of the brigade's deployment. Relative peace prevailed, but Al-Qaeda was plotting to return Ramadi to chaos.
We were in the process of doing orientation flights for our relief unit who had just arrived in country. So we basically had two teams of two go to Ramadi and do a night orientation for those folks. And the intent was to go down there, split the teams up, fly around to the various areas, show them how to get in and out of refuel, stop, get some coffee, go and talk to the brigade Tactical Operations Center and meet those folks, and a little meet and greet there, and then go home and relax and enjoy our evening.
On June 30th, 2007, a patrol of 3 Humvees from the 1st of the 77th Armor Regiment were looking for smugglers near Donkey Island. They would find about 70 Al-Qaeda jihadists with tractor-trailers loaded with explosives and weapons.
Lots of tracer fire, going both directions. So I asked my counterpart, gunslinger, if he had the grid saved, or the target location saved. He did. I said, go ahead and call it in to Warlord, give him a spot report, let him know what's going on. He did, immediately. Not more than 1 minute after the report went to Warlord of what we saw, we got a call back from Warlord indicating troops in contact, or a tick. Red Pain was very, very excited, that's the word, and wanted us to find the trucks and take them out. We began to search for the trucks. I went in close while my wingman provided cover. Both my wingman and I were searching everywhere around Red Pain to find the trucks. We couldn't see them. We had a lot of difficulty finding them. There's many reasons for that: terrain, temperature, many things. What we did see, though, plainly was the tracer fire.
The radio traffic that night was chaotic. After the 36th Cab had joined the fight, they could hear that reinforcements were approaching from the south, west, and north.
I got in closer to Red Pain so that I could see more clearly, both using my FLIR system and night vision goggles. I could make out the silhouettes of the trucks. Immediately I slowed down. I told them I did have the trucks in sight, and I'm going to begin to engage.
Because of the proximity of the friendlies to these 18-millers that Jim was required to engage, he basically had to come to almost to a hover, flying about 30 miles an hour, very slowly, and watching where friendlies were. Shot the 18-millers, caught them on fire, and we ended up with the biggest explosion that any of us had ever seen. Fireball going to about 2,000 feet, and it was spectacular. I saw that, and I asked Jim on the radio because I wasn't sure if he was still there. I said, "You all right?" He says, "Yeah, I'm all right."
I saw that the explosion had engulfed Red Pain 7 and all the elements. At least it looked like it from my perspective, that they had been in the flame in the initial blast. I called him immediately and asked him if he was all right. He called me back. He said, "We're fine. We're just enjoying the fireworks." I turned over the mission to Team 2. I informed Red Pain 7 that I was bingo on fuel, that Team 2 would roll in.
They ended up with lots of bullets through the helicopter. So they went back, they had to break station for refuel. They went back and got gas and looked at the helicopter, decided that they needed to go ahead and go back to Balad because the helicopter was pretty thoroughly damaged. I had taken over the fight from them when they went to get refuel, and we were working with the guys on the ground and we're shooting at stuff that they asked us to shoot at. Continued helping those guys with the fight as best we could. Had to break for refuel. They had several wounded.
The landing zone was under heavy fire, and the nearest medevac team could not perform a rescue mission. This called for an unexpected plan of action.
So we went out there, and fortunately they had moved their casualties a couple of kilometers away to a casualty collection point, so we really didn't have to land in the middle of the drama, though we were certainly fully prepared to. And we got a grid coordinate, and we landed. They were helping a young man who could walk. They were helping him up to the helicopter. This young man was wounded very badly, shot in the face.
Kevin and I started discussing, well, if they got somebody that needs to get out, we should do it. You know, he asked me, would you get out of the helicopter? I said, yes, that's not a big deal. I hopped out, and they brought him up to the helicopter. I kind of showed him where to step, got him in there, got the seatbelts on him, shut the door, ran around to the left side of the helicopter and pulled out my restraint system, hopped on the wing, and we took off.
We strapped him in. Alan did the belts as tight as he could. Alan climbed on the side of that helicopter in the middle of that firefight, banged on the window, and I flew him back to Ramadi.
Anything we can do to make it easier for them on the ground, because they're kind of hanging it all out there, and we got a lot of machinery around us, so I was okay with that because this person was hurt very badly, and I didn't have to think about it.
Box at Fred 6. CTV on it. Have you gotten it to the target yet? Over. Roger, we got one guy searching, two guys pulling security.
To go out, as they say, on a bang is the best way to go out. And that's exactly what happened. Ramadi had been quiet for several months prior to that because of the actions of the infantry, both Army and Marines, and us assisting every day and every night. And we were absolutely not expecting anything like this. It was much more immense than what we thought. So later, we find out that the plan was, according to our intelligence section, for the insurgents to take back Ramadi, and that had been the initial staging and supply area. And from that point, they were planning out their attack to retake Ramadi. So it was pivotal in the security of Ramadi. And I couldn't ask for a better way to end it.